Welcome back, my Golly Vibes family. Welcome back, my brothers and sisters. Today's episode is going to be pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys are too familiar with who Anthony Weiner is. He is a close colleague of Hillary Clinton. Been around for quite some time. We know that different things were being talked about within the last couple years. You had different things like Pizzagate, different things that was going on inside of Pizzagate. It had to do with a lot of children and things like that. Pizzagate, not fake news. We know that there was also a place called Comet Pizza where people was suspecting that children were under the ground. A guy even ended up going there. A gunman even ended up going there and getting arrested. I think he got like 4 years or something like that. But this is how serious it was. People were searching all kind of different things when it came down to Anthony Weiner, when it came down to Hillary Clinton, when it came down to a lot of these different people. He even had some different things come out about him, with just very explicit, just photos and doing different things when it came to children, right? And nobody really listens to what's going on, but we seen what happened with Jeffrey Epstein, which is very interesting. A lot of these people were close colleagues with Jeffrey Epstein too, but we're not going to go into that. So today he was on the PBD podcast and was being questioned. Being called out. And I seen it and I was like, okay, let's go ahead and put this on one of the episodes, you guys. This is pretty interesting because until this very moment, I have yet to see him do an interview where they are calling him out like this, where they are talking about things that people don't really talk about on public social platforms without being banned. And they were talking about it to this man on the interview, right? So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's go ahead and show this on one of these episodes, you guys, because this is quite interesting. They want to know what happened to a lot of people that were close to Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. What happened to their life? And how is he still alive? Let's get into it.
Very eloquent on the way you defended Hillary Clinton, on who she was when it comes down to politics. Are you still close to that family?
I'm not.
Okay. So who do you think between the two was a better politician? You think Bill's the better politician? Do you think Hillary's the better politician?
I don't think Hillary was a particularly good politician.
Okay, so she's a better strategist, you would say. She's more strategic, power.
She is a classic blooming where she's potted kind of public official.
Yeah.
Everything that she has been given to do. I watched her, as a rookie elected official come into New York and become an amazing senator. I watched her at Secretary of State be like she blooms where she's potted. She knows government well. She's smart as a very, very smart person.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that it's hard. I think it was hard for her to get her sea legs, being the first woman candidate of a major party. I think it was hard for her to get her sea legs in the framing of Bill Clinton's wife. I think it was a lot of things a lot of challenge she faced that you and I would not face on the campaign.
Do you think
trail.
she's a good person?
I do.
Okay. So, when we, announced the fact that we're interviewing you, we kind of crowdsource with the audience, what questions do you want to ask? And then our research team will go and say, hey, is there any credibility to this or not? And then we don't waste our time. So, hey, we're having Anthony Weiner on. Great. So you have to ask him about Frazzle Drip. Go look it up. Oh, this video is a deep fake. No, any credibility to it on what happened with Hillary Clinton, Huma, and all this stuff? Nope, we're not going to ask him about that because I don't yet see a real source. A lot of it was stuff that, conspiracy, all this stuff that's being said. We're not going there. Yeah, you need to ask him about Pizzagate, because that's exactly what's going on with kids. Yeah, no, we're not going there. That's not something we're going to be asking him about. Yeah, you need to ask him about this, and you need to ask him about this. I said, okay. All of these things that they said we have to ask you about. To be fair, it's Bill Clinton officiated your wedding with Huma, your wife, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So you've been very close, and your wife, is it still wife or is it ex-wife? I think it's separated since 2017, right?
We're separated. We co-parent Jordan, but we're separated.
Okay. And, she was a right-hand person to Hillary Clinton in 2016 while the scandal was taking place.
For years before that, she was with Hillary for 20 years.
And the whole thing with the life insurance, the email, 650,000, the one folder with the word life insurance and the files that are in there. So the next thing that people said you got to ask him is the following. So, Rob, if you can pull up this story, I'm not going to buy into this one. Well, 9 out of 12 cops, NYPD, who saw the email and saw what was in that laptop, committed suicide. And it was, 7 of them since June, and it was the most ever that this took place. And these are the men that committed suicide. So then we went and looked it up, and we're like, no, they did commit suicide, but it wasn't linked directly to seeing the laptop or the intel there. No problem. So again, no credibility there. So there's no.
Wasn't linked directly to seeing the laptop, but they just all happened to commit suicide. The ones who did see the laptop around the same time. Yeah, I don't believe in coincidences.
Reason to ask you the question about the 9 out of 12 cops that saw it
You
in
shouldn't even be
NYPD.
listing them and giving it oxygen.
No, my
but
job
go
is to
ahead.
listen because I like to
No,
read.
list them. You shouldn't be listing these
Yeah.
things.
Well,
these things
it is
are
what it is.
destructive. People have actually
these
had
are
violence
conspiracy
done over these
theories.
things.
These are conspiracy
Correct.
theories that
all
some
that have
people,
books about them, though. That I
right?
wouldn't
But the one
recommend you
thing
read.
that we did look up that wasn't a conspiracy theory was the following. And this is the one.
You're going to find out real quick. Anthony does not like him talking when he starts talking that talk. You're going to find out real quick.
That's kind of weird. And first thing I ask myself is, how the hell is our guy here, Anthony Weiner, still alive? What do you mean by that? Well, when you go through the list of people that have been close to Hillary Clinton and the Clintons and the Deadpool, this is not a conspiracy. You got the names of James McDougal, okay, Clinton's convicted Whitewater partner, died of an apparent heart attack. Mary Mahoney, a former White House intern, was murdered July 1997 at a Starbucks coffee shop in Georgetown.
Ron Brown, he died in a
Vince
plane crash.
Vince Foster
What is
was
this?
Vince Foster was the next one. By the way, the James Dougal was a key witness in a key Ken Starr
Ron
investigation.
Brown was in a plane crash. Why is he on the list?
Ron Brown is another one, but there was a close person to this. Victor Razor, you got Paul Tooley, Ed Woolley.
Wait a minute.
Wiley.
You're reading a list of people that Bill and Hillary
I'm
Clinton
asking
knew.
you,
They're 80.
what-
They're 70
but wait a
something
minute.
years old.
I'm asking
Of
you
course
this
people
question.
die.
I'm asking you this question and an answer at the end. So you got Jerry Parks, Jane Bunch, James
man.
Wilson,
You're
Kathy
better.
Ferguson, Bill Shelton,
better than
Candy
this.
Bow,
You're better than this,
Florence
pal.
Martin, Susan Coleman, Paula Grober, Danny Casolero, Paula Wilker.
That's a list. That's a list. I said it once. I don't believe in coincidences. How in the world is this much people who are connected to them not alive anymore?
John
I don't know any of these
Parnell
names.
Walker, Barbara Weiss. We should verify this yourself because you're running a radio show. You should look it up.
I don't
Charles
know any of
Meisner,
these
Dr.
names,
Stanley
my man.
Hurd, Barry Beal, Barry Seal,
Here,
Johnny
can
Longhorn,
you read me the
Stanley
URL you're reading?
Higgins,
Can you read me the URL
Herschel.
you're
We'll
reading?
send you the most credible source
let
you
your
can look it
listeners
up.
know
Herschel
what you're-
Friday.
what
we
you're
will.
reading
We'll
a
put the
list
link
of.
below. We'll put the
Just
link
tell
below.
me so I know what I'm
Herschel
responding
Friday,
to.
Kevin Ivey, Dan Henry, Keith Coney. And these were part of the Ivy Henry case. Keith
Good
McCaskill.
Lord.
The Ivy Henry
Shot.
You can
died,
look it up.
stab
Ivy
wound,
Henry
shot.
case. So Gregory Collins,
Some mafia stuff.
Jeff Rhodes, James Milland, Richard
Set up robbery.
Winter, and then you got the close bodyguards, Major
Chemsick at
William
the bottom.
Barkley, Captain Scott Reynolds, Brian Hanley, Tim Sable.
Clinton's bodyguards, for crying out loud. Are you kidding me? See, I haven't watched this yet, you guys. This is my first time watching this too. I watched the beginning of this video, but I stopped and I just waited to watch it right now. They're bodyguards. Are you kidding? 1, 2, maybe. 1, 2, maybe.
What do
General
you?
William
You don't even
Robertson,
know what you're reading a
William
list of. How is this? How is this
Densberger,
helpful?
Robert Kelly, Colonel Gary Rhodes, Steve Wills, Robert Williams, Conway
Is this gonna
LeBlue,
be-
Todd
is this gonna
McKeon.
be
I'm
included
done.
in the show?
It's 46 names. And
Of what?
when
Can you read me
I-
the list? Can
when
you
I-
read me the URL so
when
I know what you read a list of
when
before I answer any questions
when I
about it?
finish this, stillinthestorm.com. You can look it up. So
Stillinthestorm.com.
you can
This
look
is
it
your
up.
big moment, guys.
Yeah, so you can go. And by the way,
Ads about chemtrails at the end of it.
He hasn't even asked the question.
by
yet.
the
He's
way-
just reading the article.
He's reading a list of names.
So-
He hasn't even asked the
Asking me-
question. It's a list.
the fact that you're getting nervous is an answer.
It's not
okay?
nervous.
Woo-hoo! The fact that you're getting nervous is an answer. You don't need to. He doesn't need a question at this point. You know people when they get nervous. You know people when they get like they feel like they're getting tight in. They're getting squeezed in the trap and just walls are cornered in. They just cornered in. You know people how they start acting. They start getting agitated. Hush your mouth.
Makes me sick when you repeat
exactly
these
makes us sick as
ridiculous-
well. It also makes us
obviously
sick.
doesn't. It
Of course,
obviously
because
doesn't.
the establishment makes
You
us
start
sick.
the question by reading a list of well-founded
Your reaction is an answer.
conspiracy. I know these things make me sick, and people
Your
have gotten
reaction
killed
is
over
an
it.
answer.
Someone went into a pizza parlor in
Yes.
Washington because they believe this shit, and you're making an echo chamber.
Your
out of it.
reaction is
This makes me sick because people have gotten killed over it. Sir, he just showed you a list of names of people who aren't alive anymore that were connected to the Clintons. And you are tripping like this because he showed you a list and it's gonna be in the public, sir.
answer. So let me go to it here now.
No.
Your reaction
You're not
is an
going to read a
answer.
list. Yeah, my reaction is my reaction.
Yeah,
Can you
exactly.
tell me what that list, in your view,
You haven't allowed me to finish. If you allow me to finish the
because you're
question,
reading 46
then you
random
can
names
do
off the internet,
whatever you want.
of some fucking insane website.
I love your answer
and
because
these people who you don't even know who they are, you're reading them on a list of something, making some kind of as if it's somehow suspicious. You don't even know who these human beings are, who have families, who are like out there, and now
I'll spend the
you're
next
reading,
2 hours with you, one by one, explaining
Fine.
who each of these individuals are if you want to do
fine.
that.
How about you pick one? Pick one and tell me who he was and what his story was.
Tom.
No, not you. You were asking me the question. Pick one name and then tell me.
Pull up Vince Foster if you want.
No, Vince Foster, that suicide has been investigated 50 times. Pull
Yeah.
up one of the obscure names you pulled.
Yeah,
Why did you pull Ron Brown? Here, let me read Ron Brown. Ron Brown, a Commerce Secretary who a plane crashed while he was on a humanitarian mission, crashed into the side of a mountain. So what do you want to know about Ron Brown? What do you want to know about Ron Brown?
Can you let me ask the question?
No, listen, this is a
Can
conversation.
No.
We're having a conversation.
I'm sorry. I'm the host. You invite me to your podcast. You get to ask the question. I'm the host. I'm going to ask you the question. You haven't let me answer the question.
I didn't see the
Your
rule book.
reaction is already an
I
answer.
know. I am infuriated by people
I
who drag
understand
other
why
people's
you would
names
be.
who are powerless. You're not powerless.
Hillary Clinton is
I'm not-
powerless?
No, these people.
Hillary Clinton is
These
powerless.
people.
That's the problem.
These people.
Hillary's the problem.
You read a
The
list of people because you have the
establishment
power to
people.
do it.
I don't-
People who do that are
I have
bullies,
the
and
power
I
to
don't
do-
appreciate bullies.
I have the power to do what?
You do. To read a list
what?
of some
I have the power
stranger's
to
names.
use the DOJ and other things to control
That's
and hide
not
things?
DOJ.
Yeah.
DOJ didn't make this
let
list.
me finish up
Some
my question.
jackass made a list in his
You have
basement.
the right to
You're reading their
answer.
names as if they're incriminating
You
in
have
some
the
way.
right to
That's
answer.
bullying, and
You
I don't
have-
appreciate. And
you have
I
the-
stand up against bullies.
Please.
That's bullying, and I stand up against bullying. You hear this trash? This man is naming people who died and wanting to get answers from this man who's a close colleague to the Hillary Clinton. And all he's doing is yelling and pouting. You know something up.
Do so.
He hasn't even asked the question yet,
He's
Anthony.
reading a list and he's refused. And now he says, "Let's move on."
No.
Because I got your answer
Nobody
already.
has said move
He hasn't
on. You're
even asked the
panicking.
question. I don't even know what the
name.
question
Yeah.
is.
Pick a name.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Reading
And you get
a
to
list
answer
of people who
or not
probably
answer.
And there are some of those people that had military titles in front of them, and you're dragging their
That's
name.
even
through,
the point.
You're dragging their name
That's
through
even the
and
point.
You should be ashamed
because
of yourself.
their families would want to know.
Because you've got a podcast.
Some of their
you can
families
read
would want to know.
some conspiracy theory podcast, some conspiracy theory that 9 people
I
read.
got you.
You find some guy that comes in, and then
Congratulations,
you
buddy.
go from Ron Brown to some obscure officer
Yes.
that used to protect Bill Clinton, who passed away. May he rest in peace for his
May
service.
all of them rest in
and
peace.
you are dragging them into some
May
wacky
all of them
conspiracy
rest
theory.
in peace. May all of them rest in peace. So here's the question for you. Because millions of people are not convinced Hillary Clinton is a
Again,
good
with
person.
the other people. Millions of
including
people.
myself. If you want to do that, I'm
Put the
not,
questions
I'm not
in your
worried
own.
about
Don't
ask
try
the
to make
question.
it about some bozo who put up a website. Put in your own words.
Here's a question for you, Guy. It's a very simple question for you. So how is it, when you think about other candidates, okay, everybody has a stereotype. You have a reputation whether you like it or not. What's your reputation? Your reputation is you like to text underage girls and you like to talk to girls and you send pictures of your dangling. That's your reputation. Whatever you do, you can't do anything about it. Adam has a reputation. Adam is a playboy in Miami.
better get back to that list of strangers you read a
trust
list
me,
of.
I'm getting back to it.
Look, you better get back to that list of strangers. You don't want to say nothing about them underage text. Woo! It is getting hot. He regrets the day he stepped on the PBD podcast. I guarantee you that.
Tom's got a reputation. His reputation is a man who
And right now,
loves
your
his wife.
reputation is listing
And-
strangers
and
who served in the military and dragging their names
I
through the
have a
dirt.
reputation to ask tough questions and piss some people like you off. That's my
Including
reputation.
dead people who I'm going to stand up for.
Oh, trust me, we are standing up for them more than.
Including dead people that I'm going to stand up for. You hear this manipulation? This is how they try to brainwash you. Lying, talking about nonsense that's not true. that you seem to believe when you don't do enough research. Oh, he's bullying me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he's pulling up people's names. I'm going to stick up for them. Most of their families want to know these questions, want to have answers for these questions. Sir, this is
You are standing up for them.
Let's see. You better get back to that list because we're going to clear some people's names today.
My question for you is, how is it that in the last 50 years, we don't have a single candidate? Everybody has their own. Hey, John F. K. was a playboy with Marilyn Monroe. Trump, Karen McDougal, Stormy Daniels. You know, George Bush linked to 9/11 and weapons of mass destruction. Bill Clinton linked to Arkansas women, all this others. Everybody has a reputation. How is it that the reputation that follows them is people close to them die? Why is that a story that many people believe in? Why is that?
Are the Clintons in their 70s yet? You don't think I can make a list of other people who are 70-something years old and say this person died, that person died, this person died? Hold on.
How come they haven't done that with Bush? He's in the same age.
I have no freaking idea why they haven't.
How come they haven't done that with Trump?
So are you saying? So you agree with what I'm saying?
How come they haven't done that with Reagan? So how come they haven't done that with Kerry?
What point are you making about these men and women who you
listed?
listed?
So many people.
He thought he had one with the age. This man is being put on the spot heavy.
Close to them die. How is it so many people close to them?
Everybody dies.
How is
are you
so
suggesting?
Many Okay. I'm asking the question.
You're asking a bizarre question.
Exactly.
Did people die?
You
Did people die? No. What pisses me off, and I'm going to say this again because you apparently are not listening to me. You read a list of people off an obscure website that of conspiracy theory, taking a Venn diagram of everyone that ever worked in the orbit of someone who served in public life for 50 years. And you listed them, including people in the military, including strangers you could not pull out of a. And you are implying that there's something nefarious. Let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought.
Please do so, because I got another source coming in here for you.
You're implying both with the question and with the website. The website says it explicitly. You're implying it. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
You're implying that something.
You are implying until he's done. Go for it.
You are implying that something nefarious is afoot both with the question and with the list. Hillary Clinton, she's a big girl. I'm a big boy. You're a big boy. The people that you just listed.
They're all.
Listen to me. No, these are obscure people that you could not pull out.
Great politician, buddy.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Fantastic.
You know what? You are the classic bully. You list someone's name.
Are
you going to go back and clarify it? Are you going to go clarify?
You know what the qualities of your personality is. You want to really know that.
Ad hominem attack on me is going to somehow clear that person's name?
There isn't anybody at this table that's a bigger bully than you.
I tell you. Oh, yeah? You just listed some stranger with PFC.
Very good deceptive way of pinning. Good for you, guys.
You're reading some.
Good for you.
You're reading a conspiracy website.
Good for you.
Some people say. So
they love to throw out that conspiracy word. If you've seen interviews of him or Hillary Clinton or different people who are in a space of wanting to feel like wanting to make you feel guilty for pointing at them when it's really truth, they love throwing out the conspiracy word.
People say, look at that fucking website.
Just sent to you. Pull up the Wikipedia. Is Wikipedia a conspiracy website?
You want to take,
no.
You want to take a run
Wikipedia,
at me? Bring it all day, pal.
Hey,
bring it all day.
Sweetheart,
take a run at
Clinton body count.
Conspiracy theory, right at the top. Wait, can I throw a mic I can drop? Conspiracy, at the top.
What's the point with that?
The point is conspiracy theories are by their very definition unsubstantiated.
How come other people don't have this conspiracy theory? How come Reagan doesn't have this conspiracy theory?
Oh, wait a minute.
How come Bush doesn't have this conspiracy theory?
On the PDB podcast,
how come John Kerry doesn't have this conspiracy theory?
Oh, wow, really?
Why do they, though? Some of the stereotypes are true. Like, you have some reputation. It's true, some of it. Some of the stuff they say about other people is true.
That's not a stereotype. That's a made-up story about strangers.
How come others don't have that made-up story?
People have it all the time. Look at the internet.
Give me another body count with another president or candidate. Give me another person.
Do you really think that someone within the...
Do me a favor and pull up another Barack Obama body count.
Do you really think... Oh, why don't you go to Barack Obama, not born in this country? By the way, where was that podcast? Did you guys do that one?
No. That's never anything we discussed.
Oh, why? Oh, come on. Some people say it.
Anthony,
there's a Wikipedia thing on it. Huh. These people are strangers that you just read a list of, and I think out of deference to them...
You're a dark human being, guy. You're
settle
pretty
down,
dark.
Pal. Settle down.
No. You're pretty dark to take the angle you did. You're
you should
exactly.
listen to me. You're talking topless
yeah.
now.
Oh, okay.
You should cut that list out of those
Sure,
people. We can still have
absolutely.
the argument. You and I are big
absolutely.
boys. Cut that list out.
I'm not going to be cutting that list because the world
That's
needs.
right.
Here's what everybody
Yeah,
needs
the
to.
world needs that poor person's family that you can't even name.
Exactly. That some people say. What does it matter now? They're
Some
dead.
people say.
What does it matter now?
Some
They're
people
dead. Can
say.
you play that clip again?
Famous podcast
Play
host
that
says
clip
some
again.
people say.
Play that clip again. What does it matter now? What does it matter now?
These people.
What does it matter
change
now?
the subject all you want. Anyone who read that list
no one's changing
is
the
still
subject.
waiting for you to come back
Do
to that
you
list and apologize
do you
to those
realize
people.
why some people
Apologize to those people.
Do you realize why some people
You should apologize to those people.
This dude is saying you should apologize to those people. Do you think that their family is at home saying, "Oh my gosh, I need an apology for this. He's bringing up my child's death." Do you think that their families at home saying that, or their families at home saying like, "Yeah, we want answers. Yeah, I'm so glad he's asking this person these questions when it comes to this because they're so high up that we can't get to them and ask them these kind of questions. So thank the Lord he's asking them these kind of questions."
You keep saying that. What does he need
Because
to
those
apologize
people,
about?
listing those people on some obscure website as if something about their death was shrouded in some kind of a mystery dishonors their memory. Now,
this is
if you are Hillary Clinton
Fantastic.
or Anthony Weiner, that
Yeah.
may sound fine. If you are some
Make it
person,
bigger, please.
if you are some person who has one of these jackasses on the internet showing up
Yeah.
at their doorstep
Yeah.
saying, "Tell me about the
Make
death
it
of your father.
bigger.
How did Hillary Clinton?" We had someone walk into a pizzeria in Washington with a gun because of assholes like
I've
this.
heard that phrase before by other people. Play it again. Play it again. I've heard this phrase a
By
couple
the way, what's
times.
the whole Benghazi? Let's get the whole
With all
Benghazi.
due respect,
it's the phrase.
The fact is, we had
No,
4
let's watch the
dead
Benghazi.
Americans. Was it
It's the
because of
phrase.
a protest, or was it because of
You got a
guys
good
out for a
script.
walk
You
one night and
disagree with
decided to
this?
go kill some
You
Americans?
disagree with her
Listen
point
to
here?
the script.
Difference at
Play
this
that again.
point
Play that
doesn't
three
You
times.
make-
disagree with this
Play
point?
that from the 10-second mark. Not from
Yeah.
that mark.
Play it from the 1 second mark so we really get
right
context.
There, right there. Go play it right
Play
there.
it from the 1/10
Go
of a
ahead.
some
second mark.
Americans. What difference at this point does it
Yeah,
make?
that's what you
Yeah,
sound
but
like.
let's hear it.
What a script.
Let's
You're
hear.
duplicating it very
Let's
well.
hear.
You're
Let's hear.
duplicating
By
that
the way,
script
do you
very well.
disagree with her point?
Of course I do.
You do?
Of course
that
I
it
do.
matters whether it was a protest that came
course
from Libya to that family.
Do you know-
to that family? And by the way, do you know why she cleaned the Republicans' clock in that hearing? Because she talked about how many
Clean
times.
the clock? She
Yeah.
ain't a president, guy. That's cleaning the clock. The American people cleaned her clock.
No, in the Benghazi hearing.
Yeah.
Focus.
Why do you think she's not a president?
Focus.
Why do you
The
think she's not a
Benghazi
president?
hearing. Focus.
The American people
You bring
cleaned
up
her
a
clock.
clip and then you want to change it to 2000. Let's talk about that clip
what
for a
she
second.
did to the Republicans. So going back to it, here's what you're doing right now, which is fantastic. You just
don't think- you don't
influenced
believe that, do
a
you?
lot of people to go do their own due diligence. You just influence a lot
Oh,
of
you
people
can
to go do their own
find
due
you can
diligence.
find
Go
utter
do it.
dirt. No, you did
Find
that,
out
pal.
for yourself. No,
I saw what you did by listing the conspiracy theories you're not going to ask about.
I'm not
I
going
saw
to
what
ask
you
about
did.
those things.
I'm sorry, that was dishonorable.
Yeah, that's which part's dishonorable?
The list of conspiracy theory you know is bullshit, but still putting
Yeah,
it out
but
there.
This thing, there's a lot of
I think
credibility sources
people
behind
want
this.
bullshit. It's not true. Look at what you had to cite. Cite any media that you would ever read in your day-to-day life for that. Cite
Yeah.
anything. Go call one of those people.
still
Have
can't
one of-
answer questions,
Have
can
one
you?
of your No, you make a point now. I'm responding to it. Have one of your producers call up one of those families and tell them if they want to be listed in one of these conspiracy podcasts.
You're so sweet for saying that. You're so sweet for playing this deceptive game. I got to tell you from watching you for
Have
the
you
last.
do that?
I got to tell you.
I know
from
this is not what you're used to, man. I'm sorry. It's funny. I texted with somebody. Should I give them what they're used to, or should I, whatever? And they said just whatever.
You know
moves
how I
in the
knew who you
moment.
were the moment you walked here. You know how I knew who you,
You don't
were
like
when
me
you
because I
walked in
disagree
here?
with you,
Let
man.
me tell you.
We have too much of this
No,
in
no, no.
politics.
Let me tell you who you are, guy. Here's who you are.
This is good media. You're getting good content.
This is who you are. You walk up here and you said, "What's your name?"
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
No. You said, "What's your name?" And then you say, "I called my friends to say, should I give these guys this?" You know the name, you know the show, but you're
No.
the typical
I was
elitist,
trying to find if you
arrogant
use your
guy
whole
that's
first
like,
name.
Hey, so it's like the
I
player.
apologize.
What's your name?
I
Because
apologize.
you're above everybody
No,
else
no,
as
no,
an
I-
elitist.
I
You
apologize.
position yourself as an
I
elitist
didn't
from
know
the
if
first
you
second,
used-
and I was willing to give you a fair shake.
I apologize.
You walked off as an asshole, and
No.
that's what you're
I
getting.
apologize. I
Yeah.
apologize. I didn't know if you used the shortened version of your name. I should have researched that and
No,
listened
you
to how
didn't
other
say
people do
that.
it.
You said, "What's your name?"
I know, but to see if you would give me a hint about what
No,
you said.
and then
People
when
do
I
it with
said,
me when
no,
I
no,
do Tony or
I got
Anthony.
a good memory
I
like you do,
apologize.
guy. You said,
I
"What's your name?"
apologize.
I said Patrick. Then you ask, do you prefer Pat or Patrick? If you
I
knew
was
my
trying
name
to
is
be-
Patrick, you would have eliminated one of the questions and you would have asked. So the point is, and by the way,
I was
here's
hoping
the part.
you'd identify yourself.
I identify
You're
myself
right, I
as a
apologize.
male, as a father, as an entrepreneur.
I
But to
apologize.
go back to your question.
I apologize. Do you accept my amends?
From
I apologize.
Sure,
for
I
that.
respect it.
I apologize
Game.
for that.
But the point I'm making to you is if you come in like that and I'm asking you a question, you react
You're
the way
reading
you
too
do.
much into it. You're reading too much. I apologize for that. That was socially wrong
Yeah.
of me to do. I was trying to learn whether you go by Pat or Patrick. I apologize. I could have asked one of your men. I could have asked people. I apologize for that.
Anthony, when
and
you-
I hope you accept my amends for that.
When you
Brothers and sisters, Golly Vibes fam, for those who, have been on these stories for a while, as far as like the Clintons, the Anthony Wainers, the Obamas, different things, then you know exactly who this person is. If not, go do your own research. A lot comes behind this story. A lot comes behind even just this interview. These people aren't asked these type of questions. So to see this being asked is just like, wow. It's amazing. There's a lot of veils being lifted off of a lot of people's eyes right now. I feel like the Lord is bringing a lot of things to the spotlight and shedding light on a lot of things that are dark. Hallelujah. May it continue. Amen. Let me know what you guys think about this interview in the questions. I seen a whole lot of things that just it's off. It's completely off. When you start yelling out things like you're a bully and things like this and not even letting people finish a question, you're trying to cut them off, it just screams out guilty to me. Right? But let me know what you guys think in the comments, you guys. Amen. I love you guys. God bless. Shalom.